Sent, the first missionary journey.
One day, the leaders in the church of Antioch were praying together, and God's Spirit spoke to them and said He had special work for Paul and Barnabas to do. So the believers prayed over them and then sent them out. So Paul and Barnabas visited many cities, and everywhere they went, people became believers through their message. But in 2 of the cities, they were threatened and chased out. In one town, Paul was sharing the news about Jesus when he saw a crippled man listening. This man had been crippled his whole life, but Paul saw that he had faith. So he told the man, "Stand up." And the man jumped up and was healed. Well, when the crowd saw this, they started saying to each other in their own language, "These are gods." And so they got animals, and they were going to sacrifice them to Paul and Barnabas. Well, when Paul and Barnabas heard what they were going to do, they were horrified, and they ran out to the crowd and said, "We're just men. We've come here to tell you to turn away from worthless things and to worship the true and living God who made everything. He's proven His goodness to you by sending rain for your crops and joy for your hearts." But even at this, the crowd still wanted to sacrifice to them. Well, at the same time, some Jewish people had followed Paul and Barnabas from other cities. And when they arrived, they stirred up the crowd against them. And then they threw stones at Paul to kill him and dragged him outside the city and left him for dead. Some of the believers came and surrounded Paul, and he got up and walked back into the city with them. The next day, Paul and Barnabas went on to the next city and preached the good news of Jesus there. Later on, Paul and Barnabas went back to each of the cities they had visited before. They encouraged the believers to have faith and reminded them that they would go through hardships to enter God's kingdom. Then they appointed leaders and committed them to God. Eventually, they traveled back to Antioch and reported to the church how God had given opportunities to tell the message of Jesus.